Yeah, hopefully the volume is fine. Let me know if you want to have the volume adjusted. Anyways, so this is going to be in Russian, so it'll be a little harder to understand what these dialogue options are and stuff like that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, here picking vitality 2 times, so it's the yeah that's same as your run when I don't misclick. I'm not sure what you mean by that. But anyway, 2 times vitality so that we can get the sprinter perk. I think we'll see that. And also pick up this chest, we'll need that later. When do you level up sprinter? Do you do it later? I usually get sprinter already at the start, but I guess you do it a little bit later. Homecoming? Did you like not think of it earlier, or do you think that's better? Anyway, I have to pick up that crossguard. Standard, that's gonna be the optimal shroud. So here, I usually go for the what's his name? Literally the guy in my Twitch profile pic. The guy you need nails from. Spishak? No, I don't think that's it. Kunesh. Yeah, Kunesh is the guy. I usually go for him first. Hello, Ultrav. Yeah, Kunesh. I keep forgetting the names. So yeah, I don't know if you've timed this. I probably need to time this myself, but yeah, the idea is that whoever that guy's name is, the combat trainer, you need to talk to him to like get him to go to the arena. So during this time, you get this coal. Sell clothing to be able to afford coal. Also, selling clothing makes you faster because you're wearing less. So yeah, going to Kunesh now. I guess if you have the time, this is better. Oh, since dialogues are fine. Yeah, so we definitely need to time this. I can't say for sure if it's better to go for Kunesh first, or what was Yesek? Is that the name? The combat trainer? I'm not sure if it's better to go for Kunesh or that guy first.
What use would that be to you?
Oh, Vaniek, okay. Thank you, Archmagus. I keep getting the names wrong. So yeah, now that Vaniek has been walking to the arena, he should be... He's still not quite there, you can see him there, so you can only start this combat tutorial after he has gotten around this point. Yeah, like there you saw that you were able to talk to the guy. So that's as early as you can start it.
Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Yeah, good.
All right.
I usually like spam run and like get the lock on in and out and stuff like that, but it seems like that doesn't matter at all. Like yeah, you just walk backwards and that was fine. Yeah, that's good to know.
Nice. Good. Nice. The point of the blade.
And yeah, you want to run and jump around during this training.
Now you're getting it.
Just for some experience. It's not a big deal, but like, you know, you get something out of this downtime.
One strike.
So hello, Wafu.
About to sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another. Fine.
So here the idea basically is does Russian text have any effect? I'm not sure about that, but I believe Harry is Russian, so that's why it is in Russian. But that tutorial part about those combos, basically what you want to do is 2 stabs and then take like a really small step. And as soon as you can see that Henry is moving, responding to movement keys, then the combo has been reset, and then you can start another combo of just stab 2 times, and you know that's you repeat that. That's the fastest way to do it. So you don't want to combo more than 2 in a row, or it'll get slower. And you want to make sure you preserve stamina at the end of that, so you have a full stamina bar, so you can make that run all the way. Actually, okay, this is interesting because you didn't take Sprinter. You had a lot of stamina to spare here. But yeah, you don't need to. I don't think it's worth waiting or like not taking Sprinter at the start. Like it makes some of this stuff maybe more lenient, but like you can make this run even if you have Sprinter, if you just preserve enough stamina at the end of the training. Anyway, we of course picked up all the stuff we needed at the start of the run, so we just talked to Therese and okay, so here, if you're wondering why are we going this way instead of the normal way, that's because the fastest horse around is this way. It's a really big difference. Like the horse we get here is just so fast compared to everything else around here. And it's not this horse, but it's we just use this horse to get to this horse a little bit faster. And this is the fast horse. It's always in the same place, always looks the same. You go and grab that horse, it's so much faster than any of the other horses in this area.
Don't touch me, or I'll kill you.
I can maybe fast forward this a bit. 1.5, that's gonna be a lot of horse riding. You always get smacked off at least once off him. Yeah, you might wanna, okay, if you're getting smacked, then you wanna work on your movement so that you don't go too far, because there's the humans around, and if you spend too long there, then they aggro on you, and it's gonna get a little sketchy and stuff like that. So yeah, you just want to work on your movement so that you can get on the horse fast, and then make sure you can make the turn, get on the bridge quickly, and just start riding away. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard, or like it's something you might need to practice a little bit, like especially getting on that bridge smoothly. That's been a challenge to me. I've had to practice it a little bit. So hello, Chrome. And yeah, here also, if you're unaware why we're going this way, it's to get the fast travel point. That's the main reason. I can't remember anymore if this is actually like a faster route to Talmberg or not, or what kind of time difference we're talking about here. I would need to test that again, but the main idea is that we get the Merhead fast travel point there. You see the pop up in the right corner, top right corner, And then we just head to Talmberg. There's actually a few different routes here that you can take. This is a...
No, not this way. Jesus.
Okay, okay. That actually looks like a really good route. Let me go back here and watch this in normal. So we have the path here. We go downhill a little bit. Yeah, you want to be careful where you try to go through the bushes, because at some parts the bushes are really solid, and then you just get stuck there and it's miserable, and you might literally die because of the blade effect during this section. By the way, the blade effect during this section, it's like a special effect. You can't heal yourself really. You can use a potion to like sort of negate some of the damage over time. But yeah, it's just especially if you take a wrong route like this, like a route that the game doesn't intend you to do, then you seem to take a lot of damage really fast. So yeah, if you take too long here, you just die.
Jesus.
But yeah, anyway, really careful passing here, it seems. And also riding downhill is really scary, because you might the horse might suddenly just kind of jump. Like if it doesn't properly track the downhill, then it will get some airtime, and then it's gonna land, and you take fall damage, and then you might die. So yeah, I think if you were running this game and you're struggling with this part, then I would pay close attention to this route. I think this is the best route I've seen from Merriad to Talmberg, honestly. And yeah, emulate a trace horse perk with the 1.5 speed. So you do have to talk to Robarb. Just walk to that door, you have the trigger there. That trigger, that actually popped up really fast. That might be a frame rate thing as well. Like I believe this run does have a frame rate over 60, and yeah, we're currently updating the rules so that you have like a FPS cap of 60, so that it's not unfair to people who might not be able to reach high frame rates and stuff like that. So yeah, you might see that some of this, like some dialogue, some triggers, some fades might be faster here than what you're getting, or what my personal best is, for example. And yeah, a lot of it's gonna do with the frame rate. Yeah, sometimes it is slower. There's also some variance from run to run. Not exactly sure what it is, but anyway. Did you? You didn't eat. Okay, so you grab the pieces, but you don't eat. Is that to get out of the door before the lady gets in your way? Well, I guess that's if you do the eating really fast, you can get out of the way, or like through the door quickly. Well, I guess that's also one way to do it. Yeah, not a big deal exactly if you eat right away, or if you get out of the door, if you go outside before you eat. And yeah, you want to wait 2 hours here. Then you just pretty much spam escape and the the dialogue button. to get through this. I remember sometimes I don't know, in some like old patch, that one door used to sometimes be closed. I think even in the current patch, I've seen closed sometimes, but you know, like you're still able to open it at least. But yeah, if you see that door being closed there on your way here, then I don't just open it. Like there are some weird things about the game where different people just seem to have things happen a little differently in the game. So don't worry about it too much. You get full energy refill after the talk with Lady Stephanie? No. I don't think so. I mean, if you mean like nourishment, I'm pretty sure you have to eat. Like if you're saying that, yeah, you could just skip eating altogether and get a free replenishment just by like hitting the trigger. I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure you have to eat. And hello, sorry. Also here, instead of keeping watch here, we punch a guard so that we can get arrested. That essentially skips this section. Gonna need to walk at that guard a little bit to face through him. And yeah, there's the one horse is all like there's the one horse that you can grab that's not a steal. So you want to make sure you get the right horse and you don't try to steal a horse. I guess it's not a big deal if you steal one, but it is easier. Like this way, you don't need to hold X to get it. Hello, allies. Speedrun in 2 hours. yeah, the speedrun is pretty fast. Harry waited there for 2 hours, which gave him like 10-ish energy. Oh, hold on. Let me see what you mean. Oh wait, the energy. Oh yeah, I guess you. Yeah, I think you get energy back. Yeah, but nourishment. Yeah, you have to eat. Okay, that's news to me. I didn't even realize you can get out like that. So, okay, that's a faster way to get out of Talmberg, but you do take you do take fall damage. So I think he's gonna use a potion. Because if you take damage, then you're gonna have less stamina, and that's gonna slow you down a lot when you have to run. Or am I? Do you not use a potion? Anyway, he takes the sprinter perk here. Doesn't use a potion. I'm really questioning this. I don't think you want to be running here with
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
with like 3/5 of your HP remaining. That really limits your stamina. I don't think this is good. Yeah, but the stamina regen, it's like it slows down the less stamina you have available. Like all this stamina regeneration you're getting is less than if you had full HP. Yeah, if you have very little HP, then it recharges really quickly, all the way to full. But here it's just regenerating slower all the time. Like also yeah, very important chest to grab. Lots of valuables. We sell those later. I did actually do very thorough testing of stamina management, but I don't know, like a long time ago, where I basically had a script that calculated my stamina recovery rate, which allowed me to find a sweet spot for the stamina regeneration. Since you know how it like it slows down the fuller the stamina bar gets, so there is always this sweet spot, and the sweet spot it keeps going lower and lower the less stamina you have available. So yeah, definitely like let's say with a full stamina bar, you wanna recover up to like roughly 4/5 of your stamina bar, roughly. So if you only have 4/5 of your stamina bar available to you, that doesn't mean it's optimal to recover it fully before using it, but rather you're gonna have to or you're gonna want to start running earlier. Also, I'm not sure why you killed this guy. I guess because you have less stamina available. Yeah, that does make it harder to outrun the bandit, actually.
He didn't run like me. Guy with a sword in his hand. You stood by his side and he did this to you.
Well, yeah, if you want to loot Bianca here, she has a ring and Savior Snub, so that's definitely worthwhile. So you can loot Bianca on your way there if you have the bandit chasing you, but you can loot her on the way back, even if the bandit chases you. If you outrun him well enough, then he's gonna be far enough so that you can just go to Bianca and he's not gonna aggro you. So I do think optimally you just outrun him, but it is a little bit tight, and if you're low on stamina, then yeah, actually in that case you do want to kill the bandit for sure, because otherwise you'd have to, like, after you hit the cutscene, the bandit de-aggroes, so but at that point, if he's too close, then you have a risk of aggroing the bandit again, which you wouldn't want, and then if you have to wait for him to get further away, then you're just losing time. So yeah, it is, especially with lower stamina,
That's right. Turn tail
much
and run,
safer
you
to just
bastard.
kill the bandit. Does give you a little bit of experience, so there's that. I don't know, yeah, I guess it's debatable. Like maybe it is better to kill the bandit, who knows. Nice one, Lodkey. Anyway, grabbing the shovel. Burning parents. I'll see how the front fight goes. Yeah, you think that's a like good AI manipulation? Maybe. So yeah. Front doesn't always want to hit you right away, and for the speedrun, we of course would want him to hit you right away. So yeah, this seems like a strat to make him consistently attack you. Well, which might work, or it might not. I don't know. Consistent? Okay. Well, that seems pretty good. I mean, I think the best RNG is going to be a little faster than this, where the fight starts and then he just immediately whacks you, and and that's it. But yeah, a lot of the time your RNG is not going to be that good. So having a consistent strat like this, does seem pretty good. There's a spot where he can get stuck. Just move a little more to get him. Okay. Yeah, anyway. Seems like a valid choice. Also, hello Mario, thank you for the 18-month subscription. Praise. So it looks like you missed your punch there. So that punch there, there's really not much of a reason to punch anyone there. Yeah, you can just run past them. It's fine, but I just go for it for the little bit of experience. It's kind of a meme, honestly. 8 humans, yeah. That's the attitude. Anyway, you wanted to choose the right dialogues there. Yeah, you just tell her that you're tired and you want to rest, and you get less dialogue. Important to grab that chest, which has all your belongings. Grab some food and get out. And we got married at the festival point we got earlier, so we can get there easy. And yeah, during festival the timer is paused since this is hardware dependent, how fast this goes. Also, that tournament prompt, optimally you get it here, but if you move too far out before fast traveling, you might get the prompt there instead, but it's not a big deal. Because you want to grab a little food there. It's honestly pretty hard to get that food. Like, you need to know how you want to position your cursor so that it doesn't accidentally like give you the prompt to add something to the pot or whatever. It's honestly a bit tricky to eat from that pot, but yeah, with the right angle, it's fine. Okay, so here's where the route is going to differ a lot from my PB to this run. So let's see, what does he sell? That's Bianca's ring? Oh yeah, okay, so hold on. Oh yeah, okay. So the armor and the 2 rings you have. Yeah, rings and armor. That's what he's selling. So no haggling. That's just a good way to get a lot of money out of him more quickly without haggling. And then I believe this is the Warhorse Genda. or whatever is like the. I believe that should be the fastest horse around here. Overall, the best horse in the game, I guess. So yeah, grabbing that horse, going to Tollenberg. So why we're doing all of this, you'll see soon enough. Okay, so we go to the bathhouse. I don't really know, like, why do you park your horse behind this shack here? Like, is that to... Oh, because it's a stolen horse. So you want to avoid... Yeah, you want to avoid getting a bounty for stealing a horse here. So yeah, that's why you hide the horse. Okay, that makes sense. So, Bard Potion and Armor Potion, I believe. Yeah, that should be Bard and Armor Potion. Armor, yes. Anyway, potions that we'll need later. Okay, so we're making a save here. This is so you wanna... I don't know if it's better to run this way or if you wanna exit the bathhouse the other way, like through the water and towards Usid. But it's not really a big deal. You just want to line it up so that the horse is pointing towards Usid. That's the only thing that really matters. Yeah, you want to set up your horse in such a way as quickly as you can. Anyway, why we make that save there and go back here, you'll see soon enough. I hope this is not. I hope this is not too dark. I should maybe. I'll add a little bit of brightness here, so it'll be easier to see during these dark sections. Okay, so he's deciding to go down here where you have beds. So is there any specific reason you want to go here, down here, instead of using the beds up there? Anyway, then this does work. So you want to have a bed where you have a bit of a animation for gate fast shovel. Oh yeah. I think we'll see soon enough. It's fine on mobile. Okay. Well, it's gonna be dark on in other sections as well, and I think a little bit of brightness doesn't hurt. Anyway, so we made a save there in Tollenberg, and then we make the save here right next to this bed. Hello, Maj. Not sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, okay. So then, what happens there is he presses the interact key E by default, and then map at the same time, or sort of E and then M very quickly, like that like that. That's how you press the interact with the bed and then open the map. Her nickname is Michael. In Czech, it's Michael. I don't know how to pronounce it anyway. So you sort of buffer the going to bed animation, and then you open the map before it locks you into it. It's pronounced exactly the same as Michael. Okay, that makes sense. It's very confusing. Okay, so E, then M really quickly, and then we fast travel to Scarlet. And then okay, that went by really quickly. So after you start the fast travel, this is gonna happen. It's gonna go to bed, and then going to bed makes this screen appear. But we already set on the fast travel, and that's how we do this glitch here. So once we get this, we just what was it? Was it that just hit escape out of it, or did you need to press E and then escape to get out of it? I'm not completely sure. Okay, just escape. Yeah, I can't remember. It is a while since I did this myself. Anyway, so we're fast traveling, and we get this menu open, and then we load a game. Well, we load this save where we were at Tollenberg with the horse pointing towards Usid. And he sets the maximum FPS to 35. And we're gonna start going really fast. Right now the game is in a glitched state where it thinks we're fast traveling, but because we're on a horse, we get to move. If we were not on a horse, then we just sort of walk super fast along the fast travel path. But because we're on a horse, we will actually retain our position and ability to move. And we move really fast because it's the, fast travel movement. And why he sets the frame rate to 35 is that if it was uncapped and the frame rate was like over 100, all of this would go like 3 times faster or more, and it would be very difficult to control. You can try it yourself. You do this glitch, and you just see how difficult it is to control. So you basically have to limit your frame rate to something around 30. So yeah, anyway, we're heading to Usid. And then to get out of this glitch, press T to wait. But just wait, like set it to wait an hour and then just immediately cancel it. And then we can now act normally. Yeah, you do have to note that if the fast travel that's sort of going on in the background all that time, if it reaches the destination, which he set to Scarlet, then he just ends up in. Wait, no, I don't think you end up in Scarlet if you're on a horse. Yeah, I think the glitch just ends there. Yeah, I think it just ends there, and you just remain where you are. But yeah, if you want to cancel it earlier, yeah, you just press wait and then cancel the wait. Yeah, it just ends the same as wait. But yeah, if you do this glitch, but you set the fast travel to somewhere really close to where you already are, then it's going to end too soon, and you won't have enough time to get to your destination. The lower your FPS is, the more time you sort of have. Like the whole time it takes for the fast travel, or the time the glitch will stay in effect, it just straight up scales with your frame rate. So the higher it is, the less time you will have for that glitch. Anyway, we got the Usage. This is the horse trader. Okay, I'm gonna want to see the basket here. Gosh dang it, it goes so fast. Okay. Okay, there we go. I was 1 frame late. So that's the 607 bridle. That's the groom's bridle, I think. Anyway, you can tell based on the price if you go to this menu in your language of choice. Just look at the price, and yeah, you can find it based on that. And you sell this axe, this mace, and this amulet from the chests. Yeah, you grab at Scarlet, or near Scarlet anyway. This will allow you to make this trade. Cavalry in Russian. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what it is in English. And this horse, I guess, just pick the bottom option. I can't remember the name of that horse, but anyway, the bottom option, the cheapest, the level 1 horse. Yeah, it only costs 500. So with the deals you made at you sold some stuff to the Merhead horse merchant, and then you also made the trade with this horse merchant here. You'll have just enough money to get this. And then equip the bridle on the horse. So this horse, I believe, has pretty good courage. And then when you equip the bridle, that'll increase it. So that'll lower the chances of you getting thrown off the horse during encounters. Like if you get an unlucky encounter where some bandits or humans are attacking you, then you have a better chance this way that you can stay on your horse and just get away, and you know, just lose less time to random encounters. Max courage with bridle. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, so you make a save there, and then you go back to this save where you're next to the bed, and then you do the glitch again where we interact with the bed and then press M to open the map right after. You cancel out of it, and yeah, okay, so you just keep going. The thing is, when we load a save, it's going to continue the same exact fast travel at the same exact position you were at. So like right now, if you load the save, the fast travel is going to continue exactly from here. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like, we want to get to a certain destination. We can just keep the fast travel going here and then load the save later. So I guess you have to pay attention to visual cues here, where you want to stop. After this village, you start going uphill here. So that's when you want to load the save. So you load the save of you in Usage after getting the horse. And then you immediately cancel the fast travel with the wait. and now you have quickly fast traveled to an arbitrary position on the map, which of course has to be on the path of the fast travel. That's a bit of a limitation. So you might be thinking, what are we doing here? Why are we going here? You'll see soon enough. Yeah, Dollmaker Potion. So Dollmaker Potion is pretty limited where you can get them. So, and this is one of those places. And why we need Dollmaker Potion? Yeah, you'll see that soon enough. As well, it has a bit of a special property where it makes your fast travel slower. Dollmaker Potion, it's essentially a potion that just is a huge debuff. Anyway, make save after getting there, and then go back to the save next to the bed, set up the fast travel glitch to the gate, and then load back the save after you got the Dollmaker Potion, and it'll basically instantly get you here. Wait, what do you mean this is banned? No, this isn't. Only the EXP grinding during I guess if you were jump grinding, then then yeah, that part that is a little bit of a problem, because during that glitched fast travel, the timer is paused because again, it's a hardware dependent thing. The faster your hardware, the faster it'll go. So the timer remains paused during that. But you can still spam jump to get experience while the timer is paused. So that's kind of dumb. So for now, you're not allowed to jump during that glitched fast travel. You just watch and let it happen. But I'm gonna try if I can make the load remover work with that, so that if you jump, it'll actually count towards time. It may sort of make it fair like that. So you can jump if you want to, but that'll take time. It's a pretty tricky thing to roll, but anyway. We use the fast travel glitch to instantly get here. So yeah, we set up the fast travel to the gate. We load the save where we have the Dollmaker Potion, and that'll just instantly get us on this fast travel path. And yeah, basically fast travel quickly. Now, yeah, you could also just do a regular fast travel here. But I guess that way you can get encounters. I think that's the only problem with it. Horse is slow. I mean, if you're fast traveling, it doesn't really matter. Like it consumes one savior schnapp to be able to do this glitch. That's really the trade-off. So if you can spend that savior schnapp, then it's totally fine. Just do this glitch and you'll instantly get here. If you want to save a savior schnapp, then you can do a regular fast travel instead. I think that should be fine. Okay, you want to grab food here? Okay, yeah, it's still evening, so in terms of game clock, not doing that glitch and instead doing normal fast travel would be perfectly fine, because you have to wait until about 8 here anyway. And yeah, you have to wait until 8 to get this pole arm from here. So basically, this tower, this door here, you can only really get here after 8. I'm not sure what you need the shield for, but you definitely need the pole arm. Or it's additional slowdown, interesting. Okay, so we have the Dollar Maker potion, we have the shield to slow us down. So now we want to use the horse to move quick, even though we have the pole arm, which makes us slow. So the training here. Okay, so drinking the Dollar Maker potion now and making a save. So yeah, we want to have maximum slowdown on Henry for this fast travel glitch that we're setting up right here. And then the save, I believe, is just for safety, really, because if you mess this glitch up, then your game soft locks. So, so fun times. The trick is that you hit E to interact with Bernard and talk to him, and then approximately 12 frames later, you need to hit M to open the map, and that's gonna glitch the game to our advantage. So he's doing this at full speed, but if you're struggling with this, then I would recommend you set your maximum frame rate to 2, and then you're able to literally count the frames, and then like after pressing E, you count 12 frames, and then you press M. That's sort of an easy way to do it, I think. The thing is, if you go like a frame or two too early, then the game soft locks. If you go way too early, then the map will open and the dialogue will kick you out of it. If you go too late, then the map doesn't open at all. Also, if you go for the 12 frame timing, it's possible that it'll just not work. Like you time it right, but it still doesn't work. Like you were going too late. But that seems to be like essentially random, like out of our control. So that doesn't really mean you need to go 1 frame earlier. Because if you go 1 frame earlier, then you might end up hitting the soft lock instead. So yeah, he's just trying really hard to get the timing right here. And yeah, that's it. If you're able to interact with the map, and then the dialogue appears, that's what you need. If you go 1 or 2 frames too early, then the map opens, the dialogue opens, but you can't interact with the map, and that's the soft lock. But by doing it just right, you can interact with the map, the dialogue shows up, and then you start the training, you fast travel to Usit. And this is why we want to have the Dollmaker potion and the shield, and well, the polearm that gets glitched into our inventory, which is important later. I don't know if it actually slows us down here, I suppose, maybe? But in any case, you have the polearm, the shield, the Dollmaker potion, set up the glitch. You fast travel to Usit. And essentially this skips the training. Like, I suppose how it works is that during the training, if you don't do anything for a long enough time, then it'll just progress. Like, you don't really need to do any of the training if you wait long enough. And doing this fast travel glitch allows a lot of time to pass very quickly, essentially. But the thing is that you really need to slow down the fast travel so that you don't get to your destination too early. Because if you do, then you will be, like, let's say, stuck in Usit while the training is going on. And you can't fast travel, you can't really do anything, you just have to wait, and it's gonna take a long time. And it's gonna be really bad. So approximately an hour to skip training RTA. Yeah. So you have to really slow down the fast travel speed so that you can fast forward through the whole training. I believe there is a chance that you get an encounter which kicks you out of the fast travel, and then you're kind of screwed. In that case, you just have to load the save. But yeah, that's also why you want to travel to Usit instead of Skalitz, because to Skalitz there's a higher risk of getting encounters overall. Anyway, on to the next glitch. Also, making a safety save here is a good idea if you can afford it. So you want to jump in a very specific way here. Yeah, this is about the position where you want your horse to be, and then not touching anything except space. You just jump forward like this, just get past the tent. And yeah, if you position your horse right there, you will be able to attack the horse during the training. If it's close enough, you can just punch it. If it's a little further away, you can use the bow to shoot it. And then the horse is going to get scared, and then it's going to push you towards Bernard. It has to be your own horse. If you try to do that with a stolen horse, you're going to get a game over. Nettle is better. Yeah, an alternative strat is if you're down there on the ground and you slow down your frame rate enough, then you can walk through the trigger to start the training, the archery training, and then right before it starts, you pick up some flower like nettle or something. There is a spot where you can do that.
Now concentrate. Oh, ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in.
And then that allows you to freely move during the training, which effectively allows you to talk to Bernard. Bernard has this glitch dialogue during this section where you just keep getting vambraces and very light bows. And vambraces are worth money, so that's why it's beneficial. So during the archery training, if you can get close to Bernard, like you can by doing this trick with the horse, you essentially get a lot of money for free. Now this is gonna take a while. Okay, so then eventually it's gonna time out. Oh, you don't have to do anything special. It just times out eventually. So then you have all these excess bows here. You want to throw them all on the ground here. And they should push you far enough where this archery competition just ends. But it seems like he messed it up a little bit. I guess it's a little bit random too, but what I want to do is like I would rotate maybe 45 degrees to the right. I usually look more like straight forward than down. I don't know if that matters at all. And drop the bows there. You don't even need 65 bows. I think... Don't I usually have like 40 bows or something like that? I don't know if this is also like frame rate dependent or something. I don't know, you can try lowering your frame rate if this trick is not working for you. So the bow should push you far enough that the competition just ends. Yeah, it might be frame rate dependent. 40 bows, holy shit. Oh, this was 65. And it wasn't enough to push him far enough, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, it might be that dropping them that way gives the bows too much space so that they don't push you as much. So maybe you want to drop them towards the little fence there so that they push you more. Not exactly sure. But yeah, definitely try that. And if you fail it, then you do need to consume all your arrows so that the competition can end. So here the idea is consume stamina, so that Hans will deal more damage to you. You can also beat Hans, but usually it's pretty slow. Generally it's just more consistent to get beaten by Hans instead. So you wanna... The fastest way to get rid of your stamina is to face away from him, hold sprint, and then stab many times. That should get rid of all your stamina really quickly. And then throughout the fight, keep holding shift. That way your stamina will not recover, and you will always be at 0 stamina and take maximum damage from Hans. Also here, you do need to move a bunch of these vambraces to the horse. Yeah, because otherwise you're going to be really over encumbered and then you can't move. No idea why you talked to Bernard there. Or did you? I don't think you had to do that. After the training, you do have to talk to him, but if he was already walking away... Oh yeah, oh, okay, so you didn't talk to him before, okay. Okay, so you do need to... After you're done fighting with Hans, you do need to talk to Bernard. But yeah, you did it kind of late, instead of doing it immediately. But the walkaway is a side effect of training skip? That's interesting. Yeah, this is Harry's run. Anyway, so we go start the Nightingale section. Talk to the bailiff. The bailiff can be in different locations. It's RNG.
May the Lord watch over you.
That was a pretty good one. Kind of coming towards him. Okay, so since here, during my runs, the time has been, I don't know, between 9 and 10 or something like that. So I've had to wait until 11 to get Nightingale here. But in this case, the in-game clock is going to be further because of the training skip. So you just have to wait like a minimal amount of time to get Nightingale to spawn here. And if you wait and Nightingale doesn't appear, then just wait again and and again and again until he appears. Eventually, in this game, if NPC is supposed to be somewhere and he's not, then just keep waiting minimal amount of time until the NPC appears. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what he's also doing here is punching Nightingale to to cut his dialogue short. So you need to do the punch away from him, because if you're pointing towards him, you can't actually punch. So you need to start to punch away from him, then quickly turn so that it hits him. Oh right, so you sell some of the bomb braces here. This guy actually gives you a bunch of money for them. And buying 5 savior schnapps. Yeah, I believe those are gonna come in handy, because every time we want to do the glitched festival, we need a new save. Since we need to load an old save to do the glitch, then we always need to have our progress saved, so we can load back into the save and not lose any progress. So we're gonna need more savior schnapps during this run. I'm not sure if you need all of those. Also, you don't need to talk to her. You can talk to the tailor. If he's coming out of the store, it's a little easier to just talk to him instead. But he doesn't always walk out of the store at this time. So taking the bomb braces out of the horse's inventory and selling them here. Getting the black poor point. He does trade outside, not if he's too far. Like right now he might be too far, but if he's around where you are right now, then it's fine. Then you can trade. Okay, and you also ended up being too far from Nightingale, so he stops here and wastes time. So in this case, if you did trade with the tailor instead outside the store, then you could have prevented this from happening. With the right timing and right positioning, you can also prevent this from happening if you trade inside. But yeah, they're doing those punches does save some time, so he doesn't give you a full lecture on how you were wandering off.
Instruments and tools, everything for work and home.
Okay, looking at what the trader had to offer, nothing of interest. Okay, also skipping some dialogue there from Nightingale to trigger this event faster. And then after Nightingale and the armorers start talking, like after they just sort of face each other suddenly, like they just suddenly rotate to face each other, At that point, if you talk to the armor, then that cancels that dialogue. And then punch Nightingale again to cut that dialogue and make it a little faster. So yeah, a lot of these parts, Nightingale sort of waits until his dialogue is done before he starts moving again. And there, Nightingale starts the dialogue and starts moving the other way. And that's your cue for taking your horse to the armorer, who goes back to the store after you sorted the dispute with the beggar. And to the armorer, you can sell the rest of your thumb braces to get a lot of money. And then you need to hurry back to where Nightingale is going, so that he doesn't stop and wait for you again. It does seem like he was a little bit late for it, punching him again to make him go faster. Make experience by punching him? I'm not sure. I don't think he has the experience that's visible, so we can't see that. But I think so. Yeah, you level your dog to level 12 here. I don't know anything about the dog mechanics. I believe if you just like talk to him and I don't know, say good boy or something, then you get dog experience. But yeah, the speedruns by default don't use DLC. Like the DLC is sort of a separate subcategory, or like if you use DLC, then you run that instead. Since I don't know if the dog is helpful, but at least you have those maps as DLC, which are worth quite a bit of money. But that's kind of pay to win, you know. Didn't really need to pause that. Anyway, it's going to be a lot of the same. Just finding vitality. This is kind of a good spot. You can spam jump there against that wall. You have this beggar. In some cases, the beggar might not be here, might instead be up there near the church. But the idea is the same. Well, why was the beggar walking away? I don't know, that was weird. Anyway, you expect Nightingale to talk with the beggar, and once they initiate the conversation, then you talk to the beggar and that cancels their conversation. Grabbing some food there. Need to keep the nourishment up. So here, let's see. Can he make these purchases in time? Oh, he does. Okay, so usually I wait for Nightingale to start this dialogue before I do the shopping, because this dialogue kicks you out of the shop window. So you either need to do that shopping entirely before this dialogue pops up or after it. Both, that's fine. So you do get the military horseshoe, I believe. So that horseshoe gonna make our horse a lot faster. And then get some arrows. Those were piercing arrows and some others. I believe usually I've only just gotten 40 piercing arrows. But yeah, the point is that you have some better arrows than hunting arrows, because hunting arrows really suck, so you want to have something good. Smash space very quickly and every 2 seconds press SE for dialogue to pet him. 15 experience. Yeah. Anyway, a lot of the same. Waiting for Nightingale, punching him, skip some dialogue. Okay, so here this is gonna be pretty important. I do think I have a better method for this. So the idea is that you trigger a dialogue on this card, and if the dialogue is currently talking, then Nightingale can't initiate that long conversation with him, which you would normally have to wait through. So yeah, bumping into the guard with a horse always gives you a decently lengthy line of dialogue. But I think there's an easier method. If you stand next to him and then you just punch air like at him, like you don't like that next to him, then he's gonna get really mad and give you similarly long lines of dialogue. So yeah, I do think that's an easier method. I haven't tested it exactly at that part, but I do think it should work. If you just run into him, like normally bump into him, then you might get really short dialogue and it's really hard to time.
Move your carcass and go and guard the gate.
There is a sort of way to skip this little conversation if you punch the other guard, but then you get bounty and it barely even saves time.
Come and sit with me.
Might actually lose time in some cases if you get unlucky. And you need to have 200 extra money, extra Croatian, to pay the bounty if you do that. So,
Ringing the end of
especially for like newcomers, I don't really recommend doing it. Like you need to know what you're doing if you're punching that card to skip the conversation. Also, yeah, you want to make sure the horseshoe is equipped for this section already, so this goes faster. Gotta ring the bell and then go back. You want to sort of I don't know how he did it here, but I always let go of my keyboard after I hit the trigger there, because otherwise the horse might get too far. Like there, that was good positioning, but if the horse seems to be too far away, then you might need to let go of the keyboard when you hit the trigger. Also, that was a really fast fade out. I don't know exactly how to get this fast fade out. A lot of the time it's taken me like at least 10 extra seconds before this cutscene actually happens. So yeah, that was good. You do want to have a torch out for this, because otherwise the guards might give you trouble while you're waiting. I'm not sure if he had one, or maybe he got lucky. Or maybe that's some positioning where the guards don't trouble you. I'm not exactly sure, but generally you should have a torch out for that. I'm not sure exactly what he's gonna do. Okay, so it does seem like he's also doing the... Yeah, so we're not doing the fast travel glitch for this, we're just doing the good old run out of energy during fast travel, and that cancelled the fast travel. Okay, taking off the horseshoes to avoid overshooting. So yeah, that was a really good spot to run out of energy. So you want to get the Neuhof waypoint, a fast travel point, wait an hour and continue to Talmberg, and that should yeah, that overshot it just a little bit. Yeah, you optimally want to pass out just a little bit earlier than that. But the point is that you also get the in fast travel point, and then you proceed. Doing that little fast travel. Not sure if that was worth it, but why not? Let's try it. So 5 hit. Also, it's gonna get crazier. So normally I would just use my horse to try to where Hans is. Yeah, it's not too complicated, honestly. It's more complicated now than it used to be. I do think we might want to have a glitchless category, since some of this stuff is kind of crazy. But yeah. So he's making a save, and yeah, you know what's coming. We're loading the save where we're next to a bed. And set up the fast travel glitch. We hit E and then M right after. Fast travel the Scarlet. Cancel the sleep window. Load back the save that we just made. And make sure you're on the horse when you make the save. Otherwise you won't be able to control where you're going. You'll just end up in Scarlet essentially, but being on the horse, able to choose where you're going, setting the maximum frame rate to something low, like around 30, and it's not too crazy to control it. That way we get to this place really quickly. To try it hardcore first time after 1300 hours. That's a lot of hours. I think that's more hours than I've spent on the game. Let me check actually. Okay, Steam is showing about 550 hours for me. It took training bow. You mean so you kept one of the very light bows or what? The chest has the villager ash bow or something that has really low stats, but I guess you can't use that. But yeah, you keep a very light bow from the archery training where we talk to Bernard a lot, get a lot of those bomb braces, and get a lot of those very light bows. So you want to keep one very light bow, because if we skip the training, then we don't have enough stats to use the bow that we get here. But the very light bow we will be able to use. Yeah, in hardcore it's very important to know the map well. Anyways, so here in the morning Hans will come to you and go hunting, but you don't need to go hunting, you just sleep and wait until about 1 o'clock, and then Hans will be back. You can talk to him and then wait a minimal amount of time, and that's gonna get him to the boar hunting position. Getting lost in previous flowers first, yeah, that's a classic. Okay, so he's actually doing the fast travel glitch for this relatively short section of horse riding. But with the loadless timer, it should save some time. Oh, by the way, let me just... With all this fast traveling that is happening, let me just show you guys a little thing. Oh, I had this loaded up in the background, just for this purpose. Let's see. Awakening. That's good. So I'm gonna show you guys a faster way to start a fast travel. Okay, I'm not gonna care about the other stuff here. I'll walk too far anyway. So instead of like scrolling all the way here and you know, selecting skulls there, what we can do is you see that button, quit full screen on Q. That brings up this. Then we can hit D to go right to fast travel. And then at this point we can just hit E and it's gonna fast travel there. So basically you can do it really quickly. M, Q, D, E, and that's it. You can do it really quickly. It's going to remember the position of your selection. So if you want to know the exact inputs you need to press, you're gonna need to like write them down. Like in this case, you don't need to go down or up at all. You just hit E on the top option. It'll go to myriad, which is what you want. And also if I've already set it up here, I press M, Q, it's already here. So only the first time you need to go from legend to fast travel. So anyway, let me show you like how fast you can do it. You walk out of here, open the map. Very quick. It seems like a few seconds each time you have to fast travel, honestly. Even if you have to look a little bit at even if you have to look a little bit like where the town is you want to go to, it's still faster to do it that way than using the cursor. Encounters. Yeah. Anyway, let's proceed with this. So, setting up the fast travel glitch again, so we can move a little faster here. Honestly, like, is that worth it? Maybe with the faster fast travel selection that I just showed, it's faster, but there it's like barely even worth it, I would say. Anyway, so there are a few ways you can do this fight. Let's see how he does it. He's going really far. Playing it really safe, I suppose. I wouldn't recommend this. This seems pretty bad. Yeah, this isn't even safe. I mean, yeah, you get away from the archer, yes, but that's not really the issue with this fight. Yeah, that was pretty scary. This is pretty slow and pretty scary, so yeah, I don't recommend doing this fight this way. Yeah, you can kind of cheese this archer by hiding behind trees. So once you get the sword guy out, then it's pretty safe. not scary. I'm yeah, you're getting beaten by that guy if you like missed one arrow or the swords can damage you much while eye ducking. Ducking. Okay. Anyway, the archer has some good arrows. You can grab those. But hold on. I believe I can show you something better. Where do I find the widow? Where do I find it? Ah, here. I'm pretty sure I did decently well in this. We're gonna need run. Hold on, where are we? Oh, oops. Okay.
Done is one time I waited about 45 minutes, then found
It's
maybe
all
one day
weird.
we'll figure it
A little bit backwards and it's all good.
out.
Insomniac, which without needing rest. But anyway, you grab the food.
Yeah. Waits and stays.
And now we're basically instantly teleports him. So not everything is going to. We're going to run into. Okay. We're just about there. Big fight. Very dangerous fight, actually, in the game. And I have a bit of a new strat for this. Hopefully, it goes well. So there, I gallop with the horse and then press S, and that helps me go over those little obstacles there. And yeah, I park my horse there, and that kind of just glitches the AI to about to shoot us. Just literally not do anything. So I do have a better bow here because I didn't skip training for this. What is this scary? Because we're behind some of the stuff. The like passing AI gets a little. There is a bit of variance how this goes exactly. It doesn't know how to get to us, but so they're just gonna stand still. As long as you don't mess up the horse positioning, you should always be able to take down the melee guy before they start doing anything weird. So yeah, that fight that I just showed was definitely a lot faster than this one. Safer, I don't know. I feel like it's about the same. Consistency, probably better. So yeah, I would recommend that instead of this, for sure. Swordman is not scary. I mean, I don't know about that ducking trick is a weird one. I didn't know that was a thing. On the other hand, Bowman hasn't really ever been an issue for me, so I don't know.
The Neuhoff stud farm's been raped. We don't know much about what happened, just what that Neuhoff.
Anyway, by this point, we should have the Neuhoff waypoint. And here, I want to bring up the thing about the nourishment and energy refill, which sometimes just does not happen. He has 100 energy, 120 nourishment here. This is what you want to see. but you don't always see it. Sometimes you do not get the energy and nourishment refill, and that's just going to suck, and it's too bad. This, but we haven't been able to explain it or avoid that from happening. But sometimes you don't get it. And if you don't get it, then sucks to be you. Hope for better luck next time. Anyway, we want to avoid going too close to Neuhof because there's the trigger that starts the cutscene and then teleports you inside Neuhof. So instead we ride our horse to the bandits that we already know to be here. Pacifism incoming. Okay, so you aggro the guy by quickly going past him. Then you take a long way around to lure him away. Did you just hit the... That's a good one. So you hit the wounded bandit by riding right on him, and that kills him, I suppose. I think that's it, or he just dies to time or something. I think you have to hit him though, and yeah, then you can loot him. Fast travel out. He would die anyways. He definitely dies, at least after you get close to him, and he starts like a dialogue. Then he talks for a little while, and then he dies. But for the speedrun, we of course don't want to wait for that. So here, sometimes you're able to talk to... Who was this, Joseph or someone? Sometimes you're able to talk to him before he starts the dialogue, or maybe this dialogue has already happened or something. But most people will have to do this waiting. So 3 times waiting, minimal amount of time, and you'll be able to talk to him right after. Also, a reminder, the dialogue was super fast there. That's because the higher frame rate, and that's higher frame rates are not going to be allowed from now on. It doesn't look much faster, but it's funny. Yeah, I think if you kill the other bandit and if you do it well, then that's going to be better. But it is scary. Like like the run I showed before, where I did the human fight well. I believe in that run I also died to that one swordsman. I don't know, maybe with the ducking trick you can survive it. Anyway, now we have to go find Ginger, and we save the game here, set up the horse with suitable orientation, and do the fast travel glitch again. And you know, horse goes really fast. That's all there is to it, really. It's it might be a little difficult to find this place where you need to go to by doing this. So yeah, you probably just want to go past the river and up the hill, and at that point just cancel the fast travel.
I understand.
And then look at which direction you need to go from there. My throat is really dying from all this talking. Hopefully I can pull through this run. Anyway, after that we We get back here.
It's up to you what you consider of you.
Let's talk to Radzik. I think he equipped the pour point there. We will be needing that at the Usits. But yeah, with the Shroud, we already have the Usits fast travel point, so we can just go straight there. And we already did the shopping at Tollenberg Bathhouse, so we can go straight to Usits. We're prepared. Just checking again. Found Ginger with that map on hardcore. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, with the Shroud, you do need to make this little trip to this cutscene trigger. Not a big deal.
He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble.
And then heading to the church. Yeah, I like this shot. I think that's the optimal movement to get to the church. It's not a big deal, like if you run around the fence or get on it or whatever. Not a big deal, but that's a cool strat, cool little moment. You need the pour point, you need an armor potion to be able to persuade him here. Avoid a really long section of drinking with him.
That he didn't want to do it.
Is that Insomniac? Believe you. I guess you don't get Insomniac as early this time because he skipped training. Well, in any case, well, assuming you get the energy refill, from the hunting thing, then getting the Insomniac perk here, rather than being able to get it earlier, is not really a big deal.
Want to earn a bit of point?
Yeah, basically the earlier you can get Insomniac, the better. So you just spend less time with low energy. Some unlucky encounters here. Not a huge deal. We have a lot of courage on the horse with the Shroud, so I believe you can expect you to be able to stay on the horse, no problem. Anyway, making another save there. Make sure you line up the horse just right, so you don't need to do too much turning during the turbo horse glitch. Alright, this doesn't seem too hard. And yeah, you can just ride straight into the cave and then wait inside there. And that'll pop you right into this dialogue, or the cutscene.
They said we was gonna kill anything that moved. Then we knew there was no going back.
There's a chance to get a nasty encounter there. If you get it, then too bad. You do get an autosave there, so if you get an encounter, it's probably best to just immediately reload. I believe I usually stop at Merhead to get on a horse, so if I get an encounter after Merhead, it'll be easier to get away. That's a bit of a safer strat, but this is a little faster to just go straight to Ravna. Anyway, making another save, lining up the horse just right, and setting up the fast travel glitch. Going to Pribyslavitz quickly. Yeah, you can use the little river there as a sort of yeah, you can use the river as a, how do I say it, like a guide that, like, you find the river, you just follow the river, that goes to Purpose Lavas. That's one way to find it. Mist triggers slightly. Can you make turbo horse glitch without a horse? If you do fast travel glitch without being on a horse, then you'll just find yourself uncontrollably going really fast along the fast travel path. The thing is, if you're on the horse, then you'll retain your position where you saved, and you'll be able to move freely. If you're not on a horse, then you're just gonna follow the fast travel path, and you can't change it. So I'm wondering here if you set the fast travel glitch, if you set the fast travel glitch to Marehead, and then you hit the trigger at Pribyslavitz, and then you just get off the horse, that should be a little faster, a little more optimal. Wouldn't be a big deal, but no, I think that would work. You can cancel it with wait. Yeah. So even if you're not on a horse, you can cancel it at any time, so you do have that kind of control over it. But yeah, if you did what I suggested, then I believe you would be able to avoid any potential encounters, and it would be a little faster. So yeah, if you do the fast travel glitch while you're on the horse, and then you get off the horse, then it's just going to continue the fast travel path as if you were never on a horse. Oh wait, you mean mist triggers slightly that? So you're going back to Pribyslavitz because you missed it. That's what's going on. Yeah, that seems to be it. Yeah, so you want to make sure that you get the quest prompt there. You need to get that prompt there before you're done, and before you should return to Marehead. I'm not exactly sure if you... I assume you can get it during the fast travel glitch turbo horse. I haven't tested it, but I assume you can. You can? Yeah.
May the Lord watch over you.
Anyway, talking to Radzik here. Going back. Just some standard fast travel.
Cross, and there's nowhere to good ground for a big fight.
And yeah, here basically the idea is that you just ride straight to the middle of the camp, and then you just fast travel out. That's all you need to do for this section. Then you just hope that you get out smoothly. A bit of a slowdown, but somehow not getting encounters. Okay, a bit of an encounter there, but... Okay, eventually getting to Marehead.
Every man that comes with us will be lacking somewhere else.
So I do believe that you wanna...
Because there's no one left to mount a defense.
Hold on, maybe I can... Maybe I can show you the dialogue options from here, because it does matter a little bit. Just like that. that actually
The priest spills his secrets, but and that loses.
like there's only a couple dialogue things that you need to do there. So impressed because I didn't get the end. So I want to show you what those are.
Yeah, very often normally you would do that, but well, as one might expect.
Oh, Radzik is here. That's very convenient. Oh, get off the hours. I was like inside the tent, so I couldn't get off the hours. Radzik wants to sleep, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so you want to select. I tried to count them, and their arms and armor. Those are the only ones that matter here. And then I'm not exactly sure. Like for the longest time, I've just been selecting like the sort of worst options. So there's a lot of them. Like the options that would imply that you will need a lot of allies for the fight. I believe if you say hardly worth mentioning and stuff like that, then I believe you get less allies, but I could be wrong on this. I'm not 100% sure, but but anyway, if you choose this, there's a lot of them. Their arms and armor, they're positioned well. There's a lot of them. Didn't find out anything else. That's a quick way to do this dialogue. You don't need to select those other options, and then this will ensure that you will have the best fight. They're like well prepared and everything. Okay, go back to the bathhouse, it seems. Safe strats. Okay, what are you getting?
Take care.
Oh, you're healing, okay. Fog? I guess there was fog, I didn't pay attention to that. Yeah, okay, so if you're low on HP, energy, nourishment or something, yeah, you can just drop by the bathhouse to refill really easily. So yeah, that kind of a safety strat. However, you do want to consider the in-game clock. Basically, dang it, what's his name again? No. Divish. Divish, yeah, where Divish is depends on the time. So yeah, in the like early morning he's gonna be here. At night he's gonna be sleeping and you can't go there. So yeah, if you always arrive at the same time, then he will always be at the same place. At least should. So hello, Sean. Sir Divish, white people happy.
Form up. Forward
So
march.
apparently if you punch Radzik here, that'll skip the dialogue and make your allies move a little bit faster. Not by a lot, but apparently it is beneficial to do. This was found out later. Okay, so for this run, we don't have Burger yet because we skipped training, so stats are much worse again. So yeah, you might not want to be as ambitious here as like I am in my runs. But yeah, what's important is you try to hit the faces here. Because of the lower stats here, you draw the bow slower. so you have less time to shoot them in the faces. But if you can shoot 2 of them before the allies arrive, that's really good. But if you can get at least 1 before anyone arrives, then also good. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't done this fight with these stats, so yeah, it's definitely gonna be worse than it used to be. I don't know how polearm strats would go with the lower stats. They're probably worse, I would guess. Yeah. You can always resort to shooting enemies in the face. So, how much time does training skip save? Several minutes. I believe it was about 7 minutes, the training, when I timed it. Something along those lines. So yeah, you can grab some bandages off of these guys. You can maybe get some food if you feel like you need it. Not many arrows to loot on those guys. This loading usually takes a really long time. No need to be alarmed. It seems like it's just a straight up constant amount of time. Okay, so in case you didn't know, if you have a torch, you can light the hay, and that will bring the archers down, which will significantly give a significant advantage for this battle. So you want to be a little careful here. Yeah, because this can happen. I don't know if he knows this safe spot. Yeah, okay. Let me bring up my friend here, because there's a really nice safe spot you can go to if you get aggro. And I think I should show that. They don't leave their formation. So we move on. And they come. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So this fight, this is really pretty sure I get aggroed and get scary. It's really random how everyone's going to like move around the battlefield here. Sometimes. Okay, I got that one, but sometimes they're gonna do something like that, where they. Yeah, now this guy aggroes on me. Get them away from me. Where they like try to attack me. And do I go to the? I usually don't want them. I think I go to the safe spot wearing any armor at some point here. What are you doing? Oh yeah, here. Okay. This is the safe spot. So there's this little sloped wall here, so you can just climb up that, or like, you know, I just back towards it. It's really easy to get into position. And there, here basically the AI just freezes. They might sometimes get a sneaky hit in, but generally it's really safe to be there. So if you're in danger, try that positioning. Here, if you can get some dried food, that's always good. Any good arrows, like piercing arrows, wounding arrows, long distance arrows, something along those lines. Usually there's not really much of a point to help your allies beat the last humans there. They're heavily armored, so your bow doesn't do much, and they're usually spread apart like crazy, and it's really hard to control any of it, so usually you're better off just looting all the good stuff you can get. And here I'm shooting the archers up on the wall is more important than anything else, really. They're also like, yeah, you need to be really careful yourself. If you get the aggro of those archers, which you will, especially after you hit them, you might die to a single hit from an arrow. So you need to pay attention to when they are charging their shots and hide when they're about to shoot. And then, yeah, sometimes you can listen to their shot, like hitting wood, and then you know that it's safe again. Or you can just look at them and see their animation, like the bow going out. So yeah, be really careful with those. I do believe he needs to pick up some equipment worth some money here. Or maybe he already has enough money? Not completely sure. Savior schnapps. What about savior schnapps? Like getting money for them, or I don't think these guys have savior schnapps, or unless you're looting your allies. Yeah, so your allies might have savior schnapps. So I do want to show, this fight was pretty crazy, scary, in my marathon run.
During fights, this kind of happens, and you might.
We're gonna need arrows, and it went a little bit differently. So yeah, I think this fight is something that for safety, it's very dynamic. If you get if you start bleeding and you don't have bandages, you're as good as dead. Like, people might easily struggle with this, so I want to show this a little more. If you start bleeding, so. And this also seemed like it was really fast, so.
Simply does not stop until you're dead.
Yeah, I went here really early.
So
started shooting them.
A lot of paper cuts during that time, which is very unfortunate. But luckily, there isn't a whole lot of paper that we have to deal with in this game. So
yeah, that's 2 guys, and that's 3.
Wow. They're just all dropping.
that's insane.
I believe after the 4th kill.
After I hit him.
Let's see.
What's this?
Oh yeah, I think after the 4th kill, I think they go wild and they start moving, and it gets really dangerous. It might also have something to do with the allies coming in. But anyway, if you go there early and start shooting them early, you can do a lot of damage. But then this might happen. So yeah, this might be good, but you need to be careful.
I've never
This way the enemies are kind of
they just initiated like some
spread apart, and I believe my allies in this position are able to take them down pretty quickly.
Guys,
So
this is a speedrun marathon. We're gonna mess him up. That's very.
Shot a lot.
Yeah, pretty scary, but it was a really fast fight. So if you got there early, shoot them in the faces. Might be a really good idea. Might be really scary. If you want to be really safe, then wait for your allies to get up on the hill before you even go there, so that your allies aggro the archers, and then you just shoot the archers from behind, and only the one that you start shooting might aggro on you. That way it's much safer than if you go there earlier, like before your allies. I don't know if I like this. Okay, it looks like he has to reload. I think he's going for a specific position where his pathfinding AI kind of doesn't know exactly what to do. And then ducking to lower melee damage, I suppose. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to look. That's interesting. Whether that's the way you want to do it, or that's a way you can do it, I'm not sure. I guess you'll have to try it yourself. Yeah, it looks easy enough when it goes right, but it did go wrong the first time, so it's hard to say based on that. Also, when you wake up in that shack there, if you spam E to open the door, then you're gonna get a glitched animation and the door is not gonna open and you waste time. So you wanna wait for the autosave to happen, and only after that try to open the door. Yeah, running around the pole can be a little tricky.
Your Grace.
Okay, going to my head. See how he tackles this section. Making a safety save, I suppose. Okay, just going for the knockout. I'm surprised to see the guard there. Why was the guard inside? Yeah, you might find the NPCs in different positions. So yeah, you can shoot the lady in the head. Actually, I'm not sure if that will easily kill her with the lower stats that we have now. So yeah, it might be best that you do the knockout, then load the key, and then shoot the bandit. A dark zone of the run. Yeah, I think it's probably best that you do the knockout. With the lower stats, I'm not sure if you can consistently one-shot him, her with the bow. Also, Harry, I hope you caught the bit where I showed you how to fast travel faster. That'll definitely take some time off of your run, if you're planning to do another one.
Take care now.
Anyway, you have to wait for Razzik to appear here. Sometimes he does not want to appear, and then you just need to keep waiting until he appears. Sometimes it might take a really long time. I mean, I think it's always worth it. At least if you memorize the inputs, if you know exactly what you need to press. You should definitely try it out a little bit. Oh yeah, I think you slept there to wait for Radzik. Anyway, yeah, you might want to consider, based on your energy, how you want to handle that. You can sleep some more if you have to. Or whatever, it doesn't really matter too much. You didn't? You just had enough energy? Anyway, we do another turbo horse glitch, so made a save there. That looks a little tricky to get hit that bridge there. Anyway, we get up here. A minimal time save out of this glitch, but should be worth it. We do need the Highborn perk to be able to persuade Miezek. Oh yeah, the guards can see you through the window if you try to shoot the lady. Sega rally and the 99 trees. Yeah. So yeah, I've usually like gone right next to the mine entrance with my horse and then parked it there and then ran off. But yeah, you got caught there? Oh, this looks bad. What happened? What went wrong? What is that about? Let's see this again. So you leave the horse there. You just run here. This doesn't look too bad. Oh, maybe it's because... Oh, yeah. I think it's because you kind of started with lower stamina than I normally would have, using the horse to get right next to the entrance. And then like, you only waited like a second to regain stamina and you had to start running again. And then you were just out of stamina. So yeah, it might still be better to just park your horse right next to the mine entrance. It can also block some of the bandits a little. Anyway, here, make sure you select the right dialogue option where you persuade. Yes, I can. You need to have Bard Potion and you need to have the Highborn perk to be able to do that. Okay, so I believe... Yeah, we're making a save here, doing the... setting up the Turbo Horse glitch once again. Get to Chronic faster. Yeah, so we want to get the fast travel point here. We could also do it such that we go to Frate first, and then once we need to escape Monastery, we do the Turbo Horse to get there. You could do it both ways. Yeah. Not just the speed, it's the scenery, yeah. Anyway, you have to find Radzik here, and okay, I see you're going to the bathhouse now. You want to go to the bathhouse at some point here.
Bye.
So what you need is You're buying more saviors now, okay. And that's... Okay, that's the potion that reduces damage taken, and that's Buck's Blood Potion, increases your stamina. Believe. Something else. Oh yeah, we do need one armor potion here to get inside Frank. So yeah, because of that armor potion, we really have to stop by this bathhouse to get that potion. You can also get some of the other potions to buff you up for the final fight at least. Or if you want to play it safer, you can get some additional potions to use for the other fights as well. If you feel like you need something, then just get it. But yeah, here we have to wait for Radzik. During my runs, I usually wait after I talk to him, like while I'm at the camp. But this is a little different. Here we didn't do that, so we need to spend some additional time waiting, get him here. But here he does appear at a rather convenient location. Okay, so assuming you have at least 1k money, Croshen, then yeah, you can go there, except that I guess it's too late here. Because I guess you arrived here too late. So you couldn't get in without the key, at least. Or if you can't get in, then you're just gonna have to go pick up the key from Bernard. You know what? I think this might vary in the free route compared to what you did here. I think it is a better idea to do the turbo horse when escaping monastery to get to Fronic instead of getting Fronic earlier. Because I think it might be that doing the turbo horse glitch there would spend too much game time. That might be a problem. And another way you can save game time here is to do the waiting right after you talk to him at the camp. Because right after you talk to him and show him the letter from Merhead Bandit, he starts going back to Rattay. So at that point, if you wait, he will get closer to Rattay. But once you arrest Yesek, the game time is going to be set to a fixed value or like a specific value anyway. So from that point, you just need to get to Rattay fast enough so that it isn't too late by the time you get there. That's kind of the issue here, but regardless of the time, if you get the key, you can just do this.
How are you? Well,
Well, since we didn't get to see the glitch where we skip having
If you play
to get the key,
nice game with them, you go on a
we also. I should maybe show that to talk to Fratic from my video. Events, arresting Yesek, and then good. Avoid the ambush. So he's gonna tell us that we should interrogate Jacek, and we're gonna do just that. So we're gonna need keys to. So it is less than 19 Jacek's cell to get to him. With time that I get here. Captain Bernard has them. You could maybe also do the fast travel glitch to get here instantly to save time. He's a little, like, ways off, so we'd rather. That would save game time. And this is where the. And then you just need to spam wait for minimal amount of time many times to get Jacek to come here.
Yeah, we're going to get a bit of a glimpse into the jailing system.
So yeah, anyway,
it's a bit.
This is what he was trying to do originally.
You would expect.
If you have 1k money, then this is a trick you can do. So yeah, so we're just sort of really scare Jacek by shooting. Push yourself through the door a little bit like that, while shooting with your bow. Get out of the cell. And you can scare Jacek like that, and when he's scared, he just runs out of his cell. And after that, you can just wait a minimal amount of time, and he will be back there in position. And yeah, you needed to pay the 1k bounty to the guard for this little crime. But yeah, the reason I did the waiting is that after you pay the bounty, it normally takes like at least 5 seconds before you can even talk to Jacek. So by waiting, you skip that. But anyway, if you didn't stop by the bathhouse before, then you need to do it here before you go to Sasau.
Ow!
Ow! Yeah, by this point you should have your armor potion and maybe some other potions. Okay, getting some encounters. We finally get here, so so there's a few ways you can progress this quest, and this is basically the fastest way to do it for the speedrun. Yeah, extreme violence. So we do the fist fights, but we don't use our fists because our stats are bad, and we have a polearm glitched into our inventory back when we had the Bernard training, and we entered that with polearm in our hands. That glitches the polearm into our inventory, and then we can just whip it out here, drop it into the arena, and then we start doing these fist fights. Yeah, we I don't know, but why did you set it next to the wall? Like, maybe to know exactly where it is, but it seemed a little hard to pick it up from there. Preferably you want to have it as close to your spawn as possible. It's always a consistent position where you start these fights. And I should note that it's easier to... It's easier to pick up the pole arm if the blade of the pole arm is pointing the other way, like away from you. Otherwise, you might have a hard time finding the prompt of like picking it up. Or you're trying to avoid the bounty? Do you not have the money, or why do you care about the bounty? they run away. But yeah, in some cases it is a problem, but usually it's not. Yeah, I don't think this whole thing is yeah, at 1 a.m. they leave, but that's not really related to leaving your polearm in a weird place. In fact, you just want to leave it really close to your spawn so you can pick it up fast. So you can do this in time. But yeah, you do have to finish this before 1 a.m. And yeah, sometimes, because they see this as stealing every time you pick up the polearm, sometimes they run away in panic. If that happens, then you need to just wait a minimal amount of time and hope they come back. If for some reason they don't come back, reload the game. There's been some cases where the polearm seems to just disappear and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what's up with that when it happens, but I guess if it happens, then you need to reload. You do get the autosave here, so it's not too bad. Yeah, this doesn't look very good. You had the polearm fly away and dropping, yeah. I can imagine. Yeah, I really don't like how you leave the polearm really far away from you. That's just not good, I don't think. Also, I should note that generally you want to you don't want to spam attack here because that seems to like sort of miss them a lot of the time, or just not do as much. And also you might get that bad animation where it literally doesn't do anything. So you want to make sure you have the lock on. Make sure you have like a good spacing, like you're not too close, not too far. And then I don't think you always want to stab, like sometimes swings seem to just hit better. Alright, see you later, Archmagus, and yeah, I'll put this whole thing up on YouTube. And yeah, I believe I'll link it to the speedrun.com resources or guides or whatever somewhere. Yeah, the guides page. Anyway, so we're finally done with this, all bloody. We managed to beat them. There isn't really too much to say about that part, like, get the polearm inside, you beat them up with the polearm. You just need to practice it if you're having trouble. Like, even though you have polearm, they have fists, you can easily die, or like lose. You can also use healing potions or other potions to buff you up to make it safer. It shouldn't be too hard overall. So at this point we need to kill a white-robed guy in the monastery. That's all we have to do. So we don't have to kill Pious, we just have to kill one of them that might be Pious. Also, Yeah, to explain this a little bit. Maybe a little bit hard to see because the screen is all red, but you start going really fast with your horse towards that little gap in the wall, and then you turn your horse, get stuck between the two walls, and then you just fly up. Alternatively, you can also just go through the gate and up the stairs, and you might find the door open to just get inside, but that hasn't always been the case. You might find it open, or you might find it locked. I can't promise you anything, because it seems so inconsistent. That's why I do this. But if you find that it's always open, then sure, you don't need to do this. You can just go around and up the stairs and open the door. I don't think this is really much slower to do though. Like if you get it first try and you go up quickly, it's not really much slower, and this way there's no chance of any door being locked. Anyway, get the monastery key. We have also witnessed a case where we managed to scare people in such a way that they run away from you. They run to this door and they just open it, because scared people can open any doors. So that way you could skip the whole monastery key altogether. But you'll probably have a hard time recreating that. Anyway, you wanna wait a minimal amount of time so that the monks go all the way up the stairs, otherwise they're gonna be blocking you. Yeah, and just kill any of the white drop guys, that's fine. And that's a little scary. If you sprint down these stairs, you usually take fall damage. That could have killed him. Need to be careful there. But yeah, this path is really good. So you go down here, just open the door. And here, if you didn't get the Phronic waypoint earlier, then you could set up the turbo horse glitch here and use that to get there. That'd also be valid. The low HP is good for this part, but also there is a high chance to get a really bad encounter there on the way, and that could have also killed him, I think. Although with the horse that has a lot of courage, maybe would have been safe anyway. But yeah, you can get a really bad encounter there on the way. A lot of the time you do. So again, you need the black power point, armor potion. Get through there. It's also important that you don't wear the black power point in combat, or like you only wear it when you really need it. Also, looks like an unlucky death here. I've seen it before where it's possible that you just die. Excuse me. If you die there, then that's just unlucky. You need to try again. What you expect to see is that you just get knocked unconscious, and that just progresses you in the story. But yeah, it's important that you only wear the black power point when you truly need it, because otherwise it might get stained and then it doesn't give you much charisma anymore. What is it? Its loading is like stuck. Okay, it looks like he's restarting the game because the game's soft locked. Anyway, we aggro these guys. They bring you low enough HP, and then you get here. If you attack them with weapons, then they also attack you with weapons, and then there's a higher risk of dying.
All we have to do is jump over.
Or I believe you can also get injuries, and it can be really bad. So yeah, it's better to just use your fists. And then
Not only strong
if you have more HP here, then
this isn't good.
you also want to drain your stamina, so hold sprint and attack air to waste all your stamina and keep holding shift so you don't regenerate it, and that way you take more damage from their attacks. So yeah, but you just need to get far enough away from Vronic so that you can wait, or like you can get out of combat. That looks scary, but it is successful. So if you're able to wait, Spizek comes to you, and then you get the dialogue, and then you move on. That dialogue where you either say that he should be hanged or he should be rewarded, I don't think it matters what you say. And here, you need to talk to Bernard and ask for equipment. Don't know why you put on armor here. That seems entirely unnecessary. Yeah, need to go to Thornburg. Oh, you put it on the horse, I see. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I guess that's a decent way to avoid over-encumbrance that seems to happen very easily. I guess with lower stats even more easily. Yeah, more vitality grinding here. So this fight, the enemy basically doesn't aggro you at all, so... There are some cases like they can kind of counter you. And if they're really far from everything else, they might attack you. But yeah, generally your stats are really bad, your damage is bad. But your attacks still drain their stamina, and if their stamina is empty, then you do deal decent damage. So your objective is to hit the enemies that your allies are hitting. Try to assist them as much as possible. You can loot some... What was that, meal? Maybe. Anyway, you can get the meal perk to increase your carrying capacity. That's at least good to have. Yeah. So also, yeah, you can loot some food off of those enemies. You can get some hefty food like bacon, stuff like that. It gives you a lot of nourishment, but it does expire. The sausages also give you a lot. Or you can also get some dried food, which will not expire and will be useful later on. Here, I find that using polearm is actually debatable. I've had decent success without using polearm. Just doing overhead swings with the sword. I don't know if it's any different with the lower stats with this run, but yeah, it doesn't seem like the polearm is doing much, to be honest. It might actually be better to just use the sword. Essentially, Vronic is trivial, but the faster you can kill the enemies, the faster you progress. You do kind of want to get behind everyone here, so that you can just poke them in the back. Yeah, this is better. He was kind of staying in front of the enemies there, and I don't think that really paid off. This is better positioning. But you don't want to rush in too early, because then they can actually attack you, and that's bad. You might also want to be careful when the team is killing the last enemy. There have been some crashes there, so if you want to be safe, you don't attack when the last enemy is about to die, and stay away a little bit. That seems to be a way to avoid crashes if you're getting them. Anyway, need to grab the node, and then any good stuff out of this chest. If you get everything from this chest, then you will probably be over encumbered. So you might want to just pick and choose and get the arrows, get the bow, potions. I think that's all you usually need. Okay, so this, apparently you can also do the fast travel glitch to skip this section. It's a really short section, but you do get the autosave. So after the autosave, you just load the save next to the bed. Set up the fast travel glitch, load the autosave, the latest save, and then it'll just skip this. But whether that's faster or it's better to just run here and do that, it's hard to say. Nitrate, so I've tested it doesn't seem possible to use the fast travel glitch to speed this up in any way. Like I used it and then I got here and then there was no ladder, or I think the ladder was there but I wasn't able to interact with it. I don't know, maybe there's some way to utilize fast travel glitch for this, but I couldn't make it work. Yeah, it might be that you just EXP grind here and you can aggro enemies early.
What are they waiting for?
Trigger is on the wall. And you soft lock. Okay, yeah. The problem is that at some point you need to get up here. It has been tested that if you have some method of getting up here early, then you can finish this earlier. But you do need to get up here at some point. And yeah, after that you just need to aggro and get back to the ladder, and that's it. Okay, so you do need to talk to Bernard here. Sometimes Fayfar and Bernard are just straight up on top of each other, and that's a huge pain.
Good luck to you.
I believe if you wait a minimal amount of time, then they separate. So in this situation, yeah, you might want to do this. Oh, they didn't separate? Interesting. So yeah, if this happens, then I don't know. Good luck.
If you could get him to come,
Try to manage. Unfortunate if it happens, but you need to talk to Frobarb. I don't know if I said Bernard before, but yeah, you talk to Frobarb, and then you need to talk to Fayfar about the trebuchet. Then go to Sasau. If you were caught in Merhia doing crimes, then they might stop you on the way. Uh, yeah, like if you're caught, then it's usually really bad. Just hope you don't get caught. You can take an alternative fashionable path, but it tends to be kind of bad. Because then you can get just random encounters instead. And if you have a bounty here, it's also possible that sometimes the guards just screw you over. Like this one time, I just couldn't get to that guard without everyone aggroing in on me, and you know that just made it impossible. So I also don't really have much advice if that is happening. Optimally, I think you can avoid having a bounty here, or you can have a minimal bounty that you can pay off. But anyway, Jimmy, you should be able to get here. You talk to him, yeah, you need to punch him. And that'll be it. That'll persuade him to come and build the trebuchet for you. And more encounters, bad luck. Not much else to say about it. You do need to also talk to Fayfar here. If you forget to talk to Fayfar at this point, then nothing will happen. They will not be building the trebuchet. Okay, so he took the burger there, but burger gives his stats while in towns. That section is way shorter. That was found a little bit before, like my current PB, I'm pretty sure does punch the, what was his name? Dang it, I can't remember his name. Punch the guy who built the trebuchet to make that section fast. That is not entirely new, it's relatively new. But anyway, yeah, you need to wait 48 hours, so you want to have food for this section. So you just need to manage your energy and nourishment as efficiently as possible. Try not to waste too much time running to the pots to eat. So optimally you have food in your inventory. Enough to keep you nourished. If you have balanced diet, that might be difficult to keep up here. But if you can keep it up, then it's good. Oh, was that setting up another fashionable glitch here? I suppose. Also, sleeping outside here seems like it's better than sleeping inside the tent in that bed. I guess. What time is it? Oh, that's where the trigger is? Did he not hit the trigger? Do you need to be in front of the tent or something? I'm not confused. What time is it here? Oh yeah, it's evening. So you somehow missed the trigger by being here. That's weird. Okay, so apparently the trigger is right in front of the tent, so or like around the tent. Also, if you sleep inside the tent and you sleep into the trigger, the time trigger, then there's a high risk of crashing. So you want to just be in front of the tent and wait, or inside the tent and wait when you're about to hit the 48-hour mark.
But that is...
Anyway, at this point, yeah, you don't even need to get out of the tent. You can just fast travel. You just fast travel there, so that on the way you hit this trigger, start the fight. During this, if you drop something like let's say you drop a bow or something, and you pick it up, after that you will be able to pick up plants, and if you pick up a plant, then you'll be able to move freely. But there's not much benefit to it. You still can't attack the enemies until the fight starts. You will be able to grind a little bit of vitality experience, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, basically you just have to wait here.
And the rest, come with me! We'll flank the bastard!
At them! Charge! Grind those horsens into the dirt!
And here there isn't really much else to do than do your best at shooting them in the faces. There are some things you can achieve with your sword if you help your allies, but at the start especially, no. Like, yeah, you really need to hit them in the faces. Just straight up one-shot them. That's absolutely the best thing you can do here. Yeah, like that. So yeah, do your best shooting them, and then hope you get lucky that your allies do a good job. Like sometimes your allies just don't do much, they just die. Eventually the reinforcements come. This seems like a pretty early reinforcements. At this point you can consider switching to melee. Maybe pick up a polearm, maybe use a sword. It can be hard to hit these enemies with a bow, but it does seem like this is going really well. Yeah, that was incredibly fast. Was that a rage potion? You must have looted it off of someone. Increase your damage. Oh yeah, that was... That was scary. Yeah, you want to be really careful here. Like... Oh, Scottish warriors. Yeah, okay, so looting allies during previous lobbies may be a good idea. So yeah, in this section, you want to make sure that you have like a couple allies generally before you attack someone. Of course, the polearm guys, they don't do those counters, so that should be safe. But yeah, if you're really scared, you literally don't have to do anything. But yeah, you do want to keep your distance to enemies and stay close to your allies. Anyway, there we get the autosave. We set up another fast travel glitch here. Crouch is kind of important. Oh, so I don't think I had to do that before. I'm not so sure that matters, actually. Okay, I guess it helps you avoid encounters. So, so yeah, what happens here is let me go back. So once we're here, we get the autosave. Then we set up the fast travel glitch, and then that's just gonna fast forward that section. And basically this way your allies will just fight the enemies fast forwarded, and that'll automatically just end that section during this fast travel. That is what's going on there. I don't know if there's a chance that your allies just fail. So I think if you lose too many allies, then you get a fail during that section. So I'm sure that there might be a chance that you just get a game over. If you do, then try again. Also, we don't need to interrogate him. We just end it right away. And here we just need to talk to David. When you need to launch the trebuchet, you need to wait like half an hour before you can use it. Talk to Showbarb, and then we need to wait another 48 hours. Manage your nourishment and energy. Keep those up. And after 48 hours, you can talk to Bernard and start this. Wait, what are you doing here? Oh, you forgot to take the armor off of your horse, so... Okay. So you're freeloading a save so that you can put the armor on and then try again. So it looks like you're doing a different thing than I do. So what's gonna happen here? So yeah, basically you can take this little you can go around the side and join these guys over here. It's like an alternative way to get in. Like it's either this or you wait for the ladders. Okay, so you just go up here. So yeah, that's basically a faster way to get up here. Okay. Whether that's better than waiting for the ladders, I'm not sure, because in my experience, if you go down that path, then that somehow affects the AI and stuff of the people fighting there in the courtyard, and a lot of the time I found that they just sort of die while while we're fighting up here if you ever go down there early. But I'm not sure. It's either ladders or that route, it's all fine. Anyway, yeah. Let me go back here. So you kill a couple guys here. So you need to kill, like... I would say you need to kill at least 2 enemies there. Otherwise your allies are gonna have a hard time fighting them. And after that you just run here, run past those enemies, run past these enemies. They're all gonna be on your tail. Climb up here. Go into this corner. Or you can go into the other corner. And then you're really safe here at this point. Like, it's way too cramped for the enemies to get anything done. In fact, they hit each other more than they hit you. And then you can sort of just point blank shoot them in the faces. It's a little random how well this is gonna go for you. Like like you might have the faces perfectly lining up for you, or they might really like, you know, twitch around and be hard to hit. It's gonna vary a little bit, but you just try to find open faces and hit them. And just keep shooting, like, don't worry too much about it. And if they start pushing you out from the corner, you just try to get back into the corner, or if they somehow force you completely out of there, then just go into some other corner. It's probably gonna be fine. And it should be noted that we do have all the armor on, and we have a bunch of potions on here. I think we have the Bowman's Brew that increases archery, and we have Buck's Blood Potion increasing stamina, and the Aqua Vitalis that increases or decreases damage taken. I think those are the potions we have. So yeah, you basically take no damage here. Oh, and yeah, you can have Lazarus Potions recovering your HP, so if you lose any, then you will get it back. Some people flying there. It looks like we got here pretty early. A lot of the enemies and allies are still alive. I think with optimal RNG, the enemies are all pretty much dead by this point. And the worst RNG is that your allies are pretty much all dead by this point. If all your allies are dead, then good luck, it's gonna be rough. This was very fast. That was very fast. Yeah, it's like yeah, you can use your bow, you can use your sword, you can try to pick up a polearm, especially if you get if you get a Bohemian Ear Spoon, that deals a lot of damage. So yeah, you can try any of those options. It's very dynamic. You need to just see what works. Just try it, and yeah. And work with your allies. Hit the enemies your allies are hitting, or if you're using a bow, then hit some open faces. But yeah, again, we set up a fast travel glitch. So, so he made a save after the combat when we're supposed to fight a horse with Hans. So right as that section starts, get off the horse. It's important to get off the horse. Well, actually not really. You can do it later. But anyway, you make a save. You load back to where you're next to a bed. You set up the... Oh wait. Actually, what's really important here is which bed save you load. Yeah, so he does make a save here at the Tallenberg camp. So he can start the fast travel glitch from here and towards the trigger. Like if we use the save next to Rat A, then the fast travel would be from Rat A to wherever, and it wouldn't even hit the trigger, and it wouldn't work. So we need to have the save at the Tallenberg camp and initiate the fast travel glitch from there in such a way that the path has the trigger that we need to hit. Yeah, I believe if you make the save so that you're on the horse, then yeah, you can just get off the horse right as you load the save, and it's gonna proceed, and the timer is gonna pause. And yeah, there we are. So using the fast travel glitch, we hit the final trigger and the run ends there. GG. If any of you need me to go back to any specific point or explain something, let me know quick. My throat is like pretty much dying here, so I don't want to talk too much more. But yeah, a couple of things to note is one is that the load remover was a little bit broken during this run. I had recently patched it so that it wouldn't pause during the turbo horse glitch. But there was an issue where if you were waiting while on the horse, then the timer would just go on, which was incorrect. So that is a problem that the load remover has in this run, unfortunately. And another thing is that this was done with higher frame rate than 60, and we're gonna have a rule to, or it's actually up there already, the rule that from now on runs must be capped at 60 whenever the timer is going. So during the fast travel it doesn't have to be, but other times, yeah. But yeah, I still want to keep this up on the leaderboard since we don't have that many runs, and this is like this deserves to be well trackered, honestly. Yeah, yeah, you're welcome for the explanation, and thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully this was helpful for people, and this will be up on YouTube. I will probably also try to make a few clips explaining specific parts, like how to set up the fast travel glitch, for example. Stuff like that, maybe, or maybe I'll just timestamp it down to the YouTube video, something like that. You're gonna update it soon, hopefully. Yeah, that'd be good. It would be really nice to have. I know you can get a better run and also have it conform to the new rule. I don't know. English is hard. And the updated load remover, of course. Did I ever think of speedrunning hardcore? Kingdom Come? I have done that before, even hardcore all negative perks. It's been a while. It's a bit of a rough run. It has a lot of just horse riding everywhere because no fast travel. That's the main reason I don't really want to do it too much. I'll probably try it again some other time. Will I try to make my attempt with fast travel glitch? Actually, I can show you. I can show you guys the fast travel glitch. I can do it myself. I think the save should be next to a bed. Oh, it is not. Only well-triggered attempt. Eventually, I think. But right now, I have some other things I need to focus on. I don't have much time to do that, so I'll probably have to wait a little bit. But yeah, so I just hit E and M. Let's go Marriott. Just hit escape out of that. And then I can load literally any save. You can also see the text is going really fast here. It's an interesting side effect. I can load family values, for example. Then bam. Load prologue. Why would I load prologue? Also here, apparently I got an encounter. But yeah, if you get encounters during this, then you just have to wait them to time out and then hope that the game doesn't force you into it. Because it did, if it does, then you're screwed. You can leave Scarlet, it's cool. Okay. Also, I think you can crouch during the glitched fast travel, so I don't know if you have to do it before. I don't know. I thought somewhere I had a. I thought somewhere I had a save. Like, do you know that you have to do it before, like ahead of time? Like, does it not work if you crouch during the glitched fast travel? Oh yeah, I can't actually wait during this section. It keeps speed, okay. Also, you can keep jumping during this section, but yeah, you see in the top right corner I'm getting experience, but it's actually currently banned because the timer is paused during this, so it doesn't really make sense that you can grind while the timer is paused, but I'll see if I can eventually update the load remover to account for that, so that we can unban this trick and keep it fair. Also, by the way, Ravna is actually burning during the prologue. So the game is all it's an illusion, it's not real. I guess the bodies aren't here, but but the place is burning. It makes sense, like there wasn't really any point to model this like as if it wasn't burning when the player would normally not be able to see that. Yeah, we're supposed to be there, but we're instead here. But you can't really do anything with this yet. You can't really do any major sequence skips in this game where you just, I don't know, you hit like, go to like Fronic during prologue or something. Yeah, you can't really do stuff like that. You need to sort of do the main quests one by one. Yeah, I cannot save Ravna, unfortunate. Yeah, if maybe that's just about it. I can get some rest for my throat and and yeah, I'll put this up on YouTube.